In my red chair. I love my red chair. I've missed it. It's been 8 months since I've seen my red chair. Here I am, surrounded by boxes, and a cat, and a dog who's probably about ready to growl at the cat. It's been a crazy, crazy month. By the way, happy 4th of July. I hope everybody had a good day, a safe day. Nobody was injured. Nobody was injured. I'm looking at my eyes and I've been in the heat for hours and hours and hours. So I'm sure my makeup is ridiculous. It's really late at night, so we went on to the military base for their 4th of July thing, and I didn't realize it would go on for so long. The fireworks didn't start until 10 p.m. and the fireworks went on until they went on for like 45 minutes. We left after probably about 25-30 minutes. It's like, okay, I've seen enough fireworks. It's time to go. If they would have started the fireworks maybe at 9, maybe we would have watched 45 minutes of fireworks, but it was kind of crazy. I saw Flo Rida. Never in a million years would I thought I'd seen a Flo Rida concert. I wasn't too impressed, to be perfectly honest. It went on for way too long, too. But anyway, let me tell you about my crazy month. As you know, many of you might know, I went to Italy, which is crazy because it feels like I never even went now, which is nuts. I was there for 12 days and it just went by so fast, and which is weird because while I was there, towards the end, it felt like that we just lived there. I felt comfortable there. And I thought I would come home with these deep feelings of nostalgia, of wishing I could go back to Italy, but it's like I got right back in the swing of things, and it's almost like Italy never happened. Hello, good evening to, I don't know how to find out who's here when somebody's on. I'm always on my phone, and I never see the people who are actually watching. So I apologize. I should probably do this a different way, but anyway, so Italy was it was pretty cool. There were some really great things about Italy that I really loved, and there were some things that I was just like, I'm ready to go back home to my American way of doing things. The biggest thing is coffee. You can go to a gas station and get coffee, and in a cup to go, which is not really so much a thing in Italy. And if you get coffee to go, it's like this itty bitty little thing. This, like 2 sips. So, I miss my American coffee. And then, after Italy, I had to come home and start working on moving. And that, oh my goodness, that was such a nightmare. The whole move was a nightmare. Because I originally booked this one company, American Van Lines. American Van Lines. Like a name that everybody knows, right? So I booked American Van Lines, thinking, okay, I want my move to go smoothly. I'm going to book a big name. I don't care that they cost a little bit more. I'm going to book it. So they were supposed to move me sometime between the 25th, 26th, and the 27th. On the 24th, I still hadn't heard from anybody. I'm like, is someone coming tomorrow to move me, or what's the deal? What's the deal? 25th, still hadn't heard from anybody. So I called them. I'm like, listen, someone's supposed to be moving me. What's going on? And they told me that the person who was supposed to move me, like, no longer, isn't doing it anymore or something. So they didn't have anyone to move me. And I was just like, I need to know what's happening. I can't wait 3 days for you guys to find out that you guys can't move me. I mean, I need to get moved. Well, I had another company that said, hey, we can get you moved. I was like, well, I've got a contract with these guys until Friday at least. Well, Thursday they tell me someone's going to come Saturday between 9 and 1 and pick you up. My stuff up out of storage. I was like, all right, fine, whatever. So I get a call Friday from the driver, and he says, I'll be there between 12 and 2. And I was like, well, I was told you'd be there between 9 and 1. He's like, well, I'm your driver, and that's when I'm coming. I was like, okay. So 1:15 comes around. No driver. No, I didn't hear anything from anybody. American Van Line calls me and says, has your driver arrived? I'm like, no. Have you heard from him? No. I was like, he's supposed to be here between 12 and 2. And they're like, well, we'll call you back in a little bit. Well, this guy calls me at 2 o'clock and says I'll be there at 3:30. Okay, fine, whatever. So me and my dad, we go and we drop stuff off in the storage unit that we want them to move. And we're like, well, we've got an hour and a half to do that. Let's do that, and let's just go there and wait. 3:30, I didn't hear from this guy. I called him at 3:30 and said, hey, I'd kind of like to know, are you going to show up or not? 3:40, he calls me and says, well, I'm on my way. And I was like, well, where are you? He said, St. Louis. St. Louis is like 2 hours from where I was. And he's like, no, it's not. It's like an hour. I was like, no, it is not. It's at very minimum an hour and a half. So you're an hour and a half away still, and it's 3:40? It's going to take 6 hours for you to load up my truck. And he's like, well, I'll be there. I'll be there. I was like, I'm going back home. You call me when you get here. He said, okay. So we hadn't driven down the road 5 minutes, and he calls and says, can we do this tomorrow? No, we cannot do this tomorrow. It was supposed to have been done between Wednesday and Friday, and today is Saturday. No, we're not doing it tomorrow. Just forget it. I don't want you moving me anyway. And so that was that. I didn't have him move me. I did find another company that was able to pick up my stuff on Tuesday. Then they charged me originally $3,000 more, but then when the driver showed up, it was an additional $2,000 more. Really, I want American Van Lines not only give me my deposit back, but also pay the additional $5,000 that I had to pay. And then it was just a nightmare once once this company showed up. They showed up with one truck. And we were just like, no, you're going to need 2 trucks. He's like, oh, no, I can get it all in one truck. I'm like, no, you can't. You cannot get it all in one truck. You need 2 trucks. About 3 hours into it, he decides he needs another truck, and he's got to go an hour and a half away to get another truck. So it's an additional 3 hours that we had to wait for them to load up my stuff. I didn't have to do it. I was already here in Tennessee. My poor dad had to do it. I had to sit there and wait for him all day. Hello, everyone who's here. Happy 4th of July. Hope you're having a great evening. Thanks for jumping in and listening to my crazy stories from the last month of my life. The moving stories are just ridiculous. First of all, don't ever go with American Van Lines. They suck. Don't ever go with a broker. I was told never to go with a broker because they always charge you more than they quote you. Always. Always. And that's true. They do. And I knew it. As soon as he said he was a broker, I was like, oh, great. I was like, this is not what I'm going to pay, is it? He's like, well, it should be. I'm like, no, it won't be, will it? Well, it wasn't. And then when they dropped my stuff off, it was a hassle. The guy unloading the truck and putting the boxes from the truck to the driveway was unloading them upside down. Like half the boxes that he unloaded them upside down. Who does that? I have never in my life, and I've moved probably dozens of times in my life, I have never in my life seen somebody unload a truck upside down. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Anyway, it's just been a nightmare. But I'm finally moved. I'm finally in my house. I have purchased some things that I call I am definitely no longer married furniture. I don't have it all, but I do have a couple of the things. Can you see? Sorry, I'm still in the do you see that lamp right there? That sparkly, big, beautiful lamp? Well, I have 2 of those now. And I wonder if I can switch. Can I switch? Yep, see, there's the other one. Isn't it pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. But it's very girly. I love it. And I purchased some other things, but won't get those till October because they're backlogged until October. Which is probably good because it'll probably take me until October to get this house unpacked. So that's been my crazy month. It's been nuts. And then I have to go to Mexico next week to get my treatment. So I barely get into my new house. Can't even get it unpacked yet, and I take off and go to Mexico to get my treatment. I'm gonna be gone a week for that. And a little nervous because it seems like it should be an easy treatment, but I don't think anything's ever easy. I think there's always things you don't expect that happen. So I don't know. A little nervous, but I hope that it turns out good. I hope that it does what it's supposed to do. Because, someone with stage 4 cancer, I know my tumors are huge. My tumors are huge. And I have been off my diet and off my program. I have not been taking my supplements or my tonic the way I should. In the last month, it's been awful. I haven't taken hardly any of it. I can't believe that I'm not half dead right now. But by the grace of God. I mean, truly, it's a God thing. Because I still feel good. Except for when I have those attacks. After I have those attacks, I feel like garbage for like the next 4 or 5 days. After that, though, I feel good for like 2, 3 weeks. Like normal good. Like I can go off and do things and live my life and do active things, and it's crazy. I shouldn't feel this good. But I have a God on my side that is wonderful. And I'm so thankful for my God who is sustaining me right now because I should not be feeling as good as I do. Should not be able to move and have the energy to do that and unpack a house and go to Italy and walk around Rome and do what I've done. But praise God, I did. I am able to do it. So pray for me if you can, if you will, for my treatment next week. Pray that when I get back, that I can get this house unpacked because I have to receive my daughter, and I don't want her to come home in a house that's, you know, looks like a hoarder house. And I'd like for her to come home to an unpacked, put together house. And I got to get her enrolled in school. I've got to start testing for my real estate license here in Tennessee because I've got to start working at some point. It's just crazy. The last month and the next month or so of my life is just nuts. But eventually it'll settle and life will be good again, I believe. I will say one vulnerable thing to tell you guys is when I was at the little festival tonight, the 4th of July thing, I was really missing my family days. My days of being married, not to who I was married to, but just in general being married and having kids with me. And, I felt, even though I was there with my son and my grandson and my daughter-in-law, I still felt kind of pretty alone. And it was kind of sad, But this is my life now. And I just have to be thankful for what I've got. And I am. I'm thankful. So I hope you guys are doing well. I don't see anything. I can't see who's here. I'm so sorry. I'm so technologically illiterate. I can't tell who's here, but there are some of you who are jumping in and out, and I thank you for listening. And I hope you had a wonderful evening, and I need to get to bed. I'm really tired. It's like midnight or something like that. So, until next time, hopefully from now on, once I get my house unpacked, I can start doing regular videos, and I can actually kind of edit them to some degree, and it won't be just this fly by the seat of my pants live videos that I've been having to do for the last 6 months or so. So, anyway, have a great weekend. Have a great 4th of July. Please be safe. And pray for me if you can, if you do. And if I can pray for you in any way, leave a comment below. I would love to do all the YouTubey things like subscribe, share, if you want. I don't know why anybody would want to listen to my life, but, maybe they will. Maybe they'd find it interesting. So have a good night. Take care, and God bless.